Most UPSC aspirant think to clear the CSAT cutoff, you need to be very good at English. You need to have very good vocabulary. But this is a complete myth. Guys, in the UPSC CSAT paper, in the reading comprehension section, you can solve 99% of the questions without even reading the passage if you master the elimination techniques. Guys, there are logical ways of eliminating options in the reading comprehension section, which if you master, you can easily score cent% marks in the reading comprehension section. Guys, if you do well in the reading comprehension section, you can easily clear the cutoff of the CSAT. So if you are not very good in maths, if you're not very good in reasoning, guys, reading comprehension is one section which can really save your CSAT. Still, there are more than 60 days for the UPSC Prelims examination. You can master the reading comprehension using my techniques. In today's lecture, I am going to give you a step-by-step process of eliminating options and getting the correct answer in reading comprehension section of the UPSC Prelims examination. Let us start. So guys, I have developed a process of eliminating options and getting the right answer without even reading the passage. Again, I'm telling you, if you properly apply this in many questions without even reading the complete passage, you will be getting the answer. Let us see. So guys, today I will be discussing the technique for inference questions. Okay, so guys, in reading comprehension section, you will see that every passage, okay, will be followed by a question, and in question there will be a directive. Okay, for example, here the directive is inference. Okay, so there are many directives in the reading comprehension section. Today I am going to discuss the rule for inference directive. If you want me to make the videos for all the directives, I will be making in the coming videos. Okay, so please do comment in the comment section of this video if you want more videos on reading comprehension. So what is the rule? Guys, the rule is, first, when you go through the passage, okay, if you read the passage and then if you want to answer it, first what you do, whatever is the directive, okay, you forget the directive. First what you do is try to identify the core idea of the passage. Okay, many aspirants, what mistake they do is that they are too much obsessed. They are too much obsessed by the directive. I will say that whatever is the directive, you forget. First, while reading the passage, suppose this is a passage, okay, while reading the passage, ask yourself the question, what is the core idea of the passage? Ask yourself. Okay, while reading the passage, always think and always ask yourself, what is the core idea? Okay, that is the first thing what you need to do in any directive. Whatever is a directive, assumption is a directive, okay, crux message is a directive, whatever is the directive, first identify what is the core idea of the passage. Then what you do is that you have to first see that those options which are introducing new information which is not there in the passage, just eliminate that. Okay, so there will be options where they will introduce new information. What is new information? New information is that thing which is not mentioned in the passage. Anything which is not mentioned in the passage will automatically be incorrect. In the passage, guys, you should not use your extra information from your, okay, reading of general studies, of your reading of newspaper. You don't have to bring that. You have to always solve the passage using the passage information only. So eliminate those options where they are adding new information which is not given in the passage. Second rule is avoid extreme words. Guys, in UPSC, out of four options, there will be always at least one option which will be an extreme option. Blindly you can eliminate that. Okay, let me just show you. So what I'm going to do is that I'm not going to read this passage. I will just read the four statements and I will eliminate extreme statements. You see, which of the following is the most logical and rational inference that can be made from the passage? Okay, so you can see here, first statement says seditions, wars and breach of laws are inevitable in every dominion. Inevitable. Guys, sedition is inevitable, war is inevitable, breach of law is inevitable. Inevitable is what? Extreme word. Eliminate that. Second statement, it is not the people but the sovereign who is responsible for all the problems of any dominion. All the problems, it is not the people, it is only the sovereign is responsible. Guys, again, all the problem, extreme word, eliminate that. Then read the third statement. That dominion is the best which pursues the aim of unity and has the laws for the citizenship. Good citizenship. Statement 4. It is impossible for men to establish a good dominion. It is impossible. Guys, impossible is what? It is an extreme statement. We can see without even reading the passage, we can easily find out the answer, which is option C. But even if we read the passage, okay, even if we read the passage, you will see that the passage is about, okay, how to make a good dominion. And the good dominion, as per the passage, is that dominion which focuses on unity. You can see it focuses on unity. Okay, you can see here. Where is this? Unity and laws made with forethought, means good laws. Good laws. This is a good dominion. Dominion is not just made because of good people. You can see here. It is certain that seditions, wars and contempt or breach of laws are not so much to be imputed to the wickedness of the subject as to the bad state of dominion. Means whenever we have seditions, whenever we have war, whenever we have breach of law, it is not because the people are wicked. It is because the dominion. What kind of dominion do we have? That is the, you see, first line. First line has the crux of the passage. First line only. Okay, you can easily use this and you can get the answer. Option C is the correct option. Okay, so I was coming to this. Okay, so what are the rules? Okay, next is look for logical extension of the core of the passage. Okay, so in inference, what do we do? In inference question, what do we do? Once we get the core idea, okay, we paraphrase this. We paraphrase this. Okay, basically in a different worded. So inference is nothing but it is the core idea only. Inference is nothing but the core idea only, just it is paraphrased, means it is written in some other form. So when you master the core idea, you will be able to answer those questions which are asking the crux idea, the core idea, the main idea questions, and you will also be able to answer the inference question. Because if you see, out of 27 passages which are there in the UPSC, at least 12 passages are on core idea and inference directive. So once you start finding out the core idea, it is very easy for you to answer the main idea question, the crux idea question, and also the inference question. Okay guys, last is use cause and effect trick. Okay, cause and effect means something has cause, then effect will automatically follow. And last is opposite to the theme of the passage. All those statements which are opposite to the theme of the passage, core message of the passage, will automatically be incorrect. For example, you can see here. You can see. Okay. See, it says what? It is impossible for the main to establish good dominion. You can see. If you read this, here they have said that good dominion can be set up only when there is unity and laws are framed with forethought. So how can it be impossible to set up a good dominion? So this is opposite of what is given in the passage. Okay, it is an extreme statement, but it is also opposite of what is given in the passage. Okay, so now what I will do is that, okay, you can read the passage. If you want to read the passage, again you can read the passage and you can again try to solve this question. You can see here the passage talks about that seditions, wars and contempt or breach of law are not so much to be imputed to the wickedness of the subject as the bad state of a dominion. For men are not born fit for citizenship but must be made so. Means It says that men are not born fit to be citizens. They have to be made so. And how they have to be made so? Through the goal of unity and through laws which are rational laws, laws with sufficient forethought. I hope you get the passage and you can easily say the answer to this question is option C. You can see that is what the passage is about. Okay, now let us read this passage and try to solve the passage using the same techniques which I have given you. Okay, same techniques which I have given you, you can use and solve the passage. Okay, so I'm giving you 5 minutes. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Read the passage and solve the answer. Okay, I think 5 minutes are more, 2 minutes are more than sufficient because it's a very small passage. Guys, one of the best thing about UPSC is the passages are very small. The passages are very small, and if you have been reading Hindu editorial, then easily you can solve the passages. Okay, now let us read the passage. Our cities are extremely vulnerable to climate change because large concentrations of population and poor infrastructure. Cities are vulnerable, why? Because of population and poor infrastructure. Moreover, population densities are increasing in them, but we have not yet developed systems to address climate change impacts. Means densities of population are increasing, but we have not developed systems to address climate change impacts. Our cities contribute 65% of the GDP, but there are not enough facilities to cater to the needs of the people. It is important to address the issue of air quality, transport, etc. that are vital for identifying sustainable solutions. We need to involve citizens in city planning and create an ecosystem that meets the need of the people. Okay, so this is the passage. Okay, this is the passage. What is the core of the passage? What is the core of the passage? Core of the passage is about what? Core of the passage is how we can build cities which are sustainable cities, which can withstand climate change. Okay, that is the core idea of the passage. Now let us read the logical inference question. Which of the following is the most logical and rational inference? Our cities need to have well-defined administrative setup with sufficient autonomy. Guys, this is what I was telling you, that the rule which says that extra information or new information which is not given in the passage, that will be definitely incorrect. If you see, the passage is not talking about a new administrative setup. It is not talking about the new administrative setup. It is not talking about autonomy. Where is autonomy talked about? No. It is only talking about what? Citizen partnership is needed. That's it. It is not talking about new administrative setup. It is not talking about autonomy. Okay. So first statement is incorrect. Second statement, ever increasing population density is hindrance to our effort to achieve sustainable development. No. This is what? Extreme statement. Yes. The passage talks about that although the densities are increasing, but we are not taking any action to address the climate change impact. So this is exaggeration of the passage. This is exaggerated version of the passage. This is not the core of the message of the passage. This is not the core idea. Third, to maintain and develop our cities, we need to adopt sustainability related intervention. Yes, this is what the passage is all about. Fourth statement, public-private partnership mode of development is viable in the long-term solution for the infrastructure and sustainability problem of the city. Again, PPP. Is the passage talking about PPP? No. You can see here two options basically are what? Extra information which is not there in the passage. Okay. So again I am saying UPSC is using mostly in 99% of the passages only two techniques. First technique is extreme word. Extreme word, look for extreme word, eliminate that option. Second technique is ask yourself, is it mentioned in the passage? If it is not mentioned in the passage, automatically that statement will be incorrect. Again I repeat, go through these rules. Go through these rules. These rules will help you solve most of the questions of the RC. First, identify the core message of the passage. Core idea. What is the core idea? Core idea. First core idea was what? First passage. Good dominion. Good dominion is result of what? Good law. And what was the result? Okay. Good dominion is result of what? Unity. That was the core of the message. Second passage, what was the core? Sustainable cities. We need to build sustainable cities, because only sustainable cities can withstand impact of climate change. Then extra information, delete that. Extreme information, delete that. Exaggerated statements, delete that. Exaggerated means like written in exaggerated form, delete that. Logical statement which is related to the passage, paraphrase statement which is related to the passage, okay, you can keep it. And last is opposite to the theme of the passage. The passage is talking about that sustainable cities can be made, and in the question one statement is saying sustainable cities cannot be achieved. This is just the opposite of the passage. Or here you can see here the passage is talking about good dominion is possible. Good dominions are those dominions which focus on unity, which focus on good citizenship laws. And this is saying what? It is impossible. Just the opposite of the passage. Eliminate that. Guys, this is how we do it. So please do like the video, and I have a very important announcement. This Sunday, we are starting live practice sessions for CSAT in our Laksh batch. These live practice sessions are designed to basically help you practice questions in exam format. Okay, live sessions will give you question, you will be asked to solve those questions live, and we will live discuss those questions. It's a very good practice sessions just for a revision before the examination. We are giving this access to all our Laksh students who are part of our test series. Guys, if you become part of our test series, you will not only get important questions, important topics, you'll get access to my private group. Daily I give you targets and you can study as per the target. Guys, in the next 70-75 days, what matters is how you use each and every day. Guys, if you are part of my private group, daily you will be focusing on only important themes which are expected to come in the prelims examination, and this will optimize your effort and will give you the optimal result. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care.